Hello.
Hello and welcome to a Final Fantasy Pathfinder side session. Back here in the Arya campaign. Just Tam and Ash on Chef and Koke, going to do some stuff in the interlude here, before they head over to Moonbright or wherever they're going.
Didn't want to take up time.
Should just be an hour and a bit, maybe more. I don't know. What are y'all doing? You're back in Lullen. You're back in Lullen. What are y'all doing?
Well, first of all, I'm going to find Chef.
Mhm.
Not there. Can I have ownership of my door?
I know. I migrate myself back over.
How am I supposed to edge when the door is open? I can't have any privacy.
Mm-hmm.
Just put a curtain over it, it'd be fine.
So here, no, go by a show. Now you have door control.
Yes. Best day.
We made a terrible mistake. Doors start reappearing all over the airship.
Heard you talking shit.
I've granted him the ability to apparate doors.
Holy shit, is that a nom movie? Nom. Anyway, I'm gonna knock on the door.
Chef, you are being knocked on. Or at least your door, which is now part of you.
Better than being knocked up. Fucking. With great door ownership comes great responsibility. There's
After a moment's struggle, Chef gets the door open.
Man, 12 strength. Leave me alone. She's just standing there, looking at you.
I've been thinking a lot, as I do, and I want to go and check something out back at the shrine there where we killed Garland. You tag along?
There's she looks back, and mage hands a spear and a hat. Tucks the hat away, hooks the spear over with a great sword, and just one hand on the door starts walking out.
Okay.
Y'all are just walking to the gas shrine?
Well, we should probably take the birds.
Oh, yeah. That turns that 45-minute jog into a fucking 20-minute jog.
Not that bow, though. That bow stays.
No. I'm gonna grab the two of you.
I'm just imagining the Chocobo theme at like 20 times speed.
Why imagine?
Oh yeah, wait, we don't have any music. Hang on. I don't have the capacity to speed it up though.
Give me 5 minutes in Audacity.
Just hurt my head.
Alright. So you guys are heading south into the Chaos Shrine. Whip. Down here-ish. A quick little jaunt. And you find this music is completely unfitting for this. You find yourself once again before the decaying and ominous, Let me zoom out. Come on. And paste.
I'm probably... Hey, wait a minute. Why am I dead?
That's not you.
It's Garland, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Why did we drag him down here?
Because you dragged him down here for some reason. I don't remember why, and I don't think anyone really knew why.
Armor off.
You guys session broke in splashing in the fountain, and you dragged him down here to loot him, I guess.
Yeah, because like we were half dead anyway.
Oh, so he's naked and 75% rotted. Nice.
Yes.
Good to know no one else has been here.
Wait, how long? Well, how long has it been? Because it might
Like
have
half a year.
Yeah, it's been like half a year. It's been a few months.
50
may not even-
days. His calendar is weird.
Mhm.
In 50 days, I think he'd look like a Dark Souls hollow.
What do we got in here? Where's my creepy? There's my creepy music. I need more creepy music.
Well, maybe you should upload all the music that I gave you in the first place.
I know. Yeah.
Do you remember what the man at the hunt office said about this when we first heard about this place?
Nod. Something about old summoners.
Mm-hmm. An old summoner order. No one cares about it anymore. I know they've stricken themselves off the record, but can't really leave anything unturned when we're dealing with just motions everywhere.
There's just a nod.
Now, it's been bothering me for a while, and I walk up to the water. Does it still look healy magic?
It still looks maybe healy, yeah.
Stick my hand in it.
Am I?
You take, what, 1d6 points of healing? I'll find
It
it.
was low.
I will
It was low. I remember that much.
drink some. Can I make an alchemy check? See if I recognize why it's healy.
Sure. 24. Okay, yeah. You've been in contact with sort of holy enchanted waters before as part of alchemy here, and you recognize it. This is like it's if you're trying to ID it to be anything similar to the diluted concoction of aether fuel that y'all have been fussing around with, it is not. There is definitely some sort of old, almost divine magic that is causing the healing effect.
It's definitely magical. That's good. Didn't want to think that there was another leaking airship just somewhere in the world. Although I guess having a spare would be useful. Now, is this seriously just a dragon? Just
Can
a plain
I
old
know I
dragon?
did this. I know I did this in the first session, but with my more points in it, can I now make another knowledge religion on the dragon?
Yeah. I mean, were you proficient in it? You think you had points in it originally?
I had points in it back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make another knowledge check. 'Cause you've seen some shit. It's been a while.
Yeah. I can't take a 10, so.
That's mine.
As you both survey this dragon once again, taking in its faded features, kind of the really old stonework. Like, now that you've seen a lot of sculptures and carvings, this could be Bahamut, but you're still not sure. I mean, at this point, it's one of those, like, it's not the lack of your knowledge. It's, it's a lack of fidelity in the craftsmanship of what you're seeing right now.
It might be a point to remember, I don't know, if these beasts can be replaced, maybe they're not the same every time. This could be a previous Bahamut to the one that we now know.
Nod.
I mean, this place is old, but I don't know how old unless a check can let me guess.
Make a knowledge engineering? Knowledge nature? Either one of those would work.
What about knowledge engineering?
Knowledge engineering
I mean,
would work too.
I
Well,
mean,
Isn't
this
well-
is a difference. This is a difference between 6 and 15 here. Like, what am I rolling?
God, I would say you could decide between engineering or nature.
There's nature.
Based on the way that the roots and stuff have penetrated this, I actually got to get my notes for this. It's actually very, very important. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Stand by. Continue standing by. Continue standing by.
I'm stood so by that I'm off the map.
Mm-hmm. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Mm-hmm. So that's. You'd idea that it's somewhere between 5 and 6,000 years old, based on how the stone is just crumbling apart and the way that all the greenery has entered in. Like, this temple's probably only got another like 1,000 years in it before it just becomes another hill again. Like,
Oh, look. Points to Garland. Hey, buddy.
yeah.
Oh, God, kill it!
All right, you guys have fun.
Okay, you have fun with it, G.
Is this traversable?
Mm-hmm. We can climb over that.
Alright, well, I'm not gonna take a side
Didn't
with
we rule
Garland.
that this, like, the actual wall was here and this was walkable? Because,
Yeah, I mean,
perspective.
dance is a weird line.
I'm gonna go check out upstairs. You're free to come with if you wanna.
Baka. Just Dragoon leap.
And then, there we go. Well, this has certainly been. It's been an adventure since you were last here, hasn't it?
There's just another nod.
Well, we can walk just this way because this is. Zoom. I never really got to have a good look at this thing, so I'm going to examine the throne.
All right. Make a. I mean, what are you trying to glean out of this? I guess is the big question.
I want to identify any significant markings, age. Did Garland drag this here himself? Does it have depictions of all sorts of things? Is it magical? Like everything.
Okay.
Throwing d20s at it.
Go ahead and make a spellcraft check to try to ID it as a magic thing. Go ahead and make
There's spellcraft.
You give it a good glance
Holy
over
shit.
with your 35.
18, 18, 19, 19.
Koke's on the fucking ball for this.
Y'all search very hard, and combing with absolute certainty over this chair, it is not a magical chair. It is just made of stone.
Just made of stone. Is there any like markings on it, like pictures? Is it ornate?
There's some sort of decorative stuff to it. It doesn't look. It's definitely not as old as the rest of this temple. It looks like it was sort of brought here. It doesn't look brand new either. Maybe 40 or 50 years old.
Interesting. Does it? Is that just the age of the thing, or does it look like it's been here that long?
It's hard to tell.
I mean, it was just disturbed 2 months ago.
Mhm.
I'll look over here.
You find faintly engraved in the ground the little ring of magic from when Hitomi summoned Ixion first time.
I'm gonna pull out my trophy greatsword and sit in the chair.
You with Garland's greatsword,
No.
or which greatsword?
The trophy greatsword is Garland,
Okay, so yeah, with Garland's
and
With the-
greatsword.
his armor and his sword
Mm-hmm.
just sit down in it, kind of stare off into the middle distance and look at her.
Enjoying yourself?
Shrug.
Go ahead and make a perception check, Chef.
Uh-oh.
It's the
I'd
one bat that
originally-
got away. It's come back for revenge. It took class levels in Holy Avenger. The bats will descend upon us and devour us all.
Okay. As you sit down in the chair, you could have sworn you saw a mirror somewhere in this room, but you can't find it now. Just out of the corner of your eye.
I inform Koke of this.
I
And st-
will look around the room in this confused sort of like, you thought you saw a mirror that you now can no longer see.
Latching around and, taking a good moment to do this, neither you find any sort of reflective surface in this old stone dungeon.
Are you sure I just want something glint off your armor?
No, you see, the dungeon master said it. It must be important.
I'm gonna hop up. You guys keep having fun. Bye, recording.
Bye. I'm the recording.
Her armor's black. It doesn't glint.
Not
Black can
really.
be a reflective surface.
I mean,
It's not car painted. Not
your
this suit.
your new one's gonna be fucking shiny as all hell now.
I want to kneel down. Is it burnt or carved into the stone, or is it just...
It looks almost. I mean, burned is a good word. A closer analogy would be if something were to be etched in acid. Like you can run your hands over and it is formally depressed, probably half a centimeter, where all the glyphs are. It's like it melted,
Mm-hmm.
A dire situation this is not. But can you hear me? Are you even still alive?
Koke, you hear loosely echoing through this room. I'm fine.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Alright, I'll take your word for it.
I think so, at least.
Promising. I actually wasn't expecting you to answer. I don't know what I'm going to say now.
Well, you came to my house.
Do you remember the last time we were here?
Yeah. Yes. Yes? There was, Oh, she was a Vieran girl.
Hitomi.
Hitomi. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes. She's a summoner of mine now.
She is.
Hmm.
Quite a powerful one, if I am to guess.
Well, at least like level 6 or 7, I mean.
Well, yeah, at least level 7, that's when you can manifest as a large, not a medium, when summoned.
Oh.
I am part summoner. I understand this.
And by the way, Chef, you're just watching Koke just talking
Talk.
to the room.
Not saying anything.
I have so many questions about what's going on, but I have a feeling that you're not going to have any answers.
Try me. I am a primal after all.
What does it mean to be a replacement?
A replacement for what?
You, Leviathan,
Me.
any of the primals.
No, I know this. I know it. I wasn't. Before the. I wasn't always a primal. I don't think I was, at least.
Right. Okay, that's more of an answer than I was expecting. Thank you.
Of course.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Help. Help with what?
It's not quite the word I'm looking for, but it's the closest I've got. Help protect you.
Protect me.
I have been led to believe through what I've seen that something awful is happening to you and the other primals.
I think you're right about that. I think there is something happening to us. No, and it was so important. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't remember.
This seems like it's part of the problem.
What does?
You are primal.
Yes.
You have seen much. You have people that worship you, and this seems like there's something missing. Like you're forgetting things.
Yes. Yes. I I have been forgetting things. I think maybe we all have. I used to know why, but I can't remember anymore.
There has to be something that is causing this, or keeps this away, or something.
Hmm. I think we had a plan at some point when
That's
this started
promising.
happening. I think we did. I I can't remember what it was.
Less promising.
I know who it was. Um. Ooh, shadows. The Diablos. It was Diablo's plan. I remember that.
I look to
I
Chef.
don't know
I look,
where he is now.
Chef.
Looking up at you from the chair, because
Where did you speak to Diablos?
graveyard and Moonbright.
And then again in Abendon.
Nod.
Are you particularly tied to this place? Or can you basically go wherever you want, whenever you want?
I'm I'm a primal. I can exist wherever I wish to.
That really doesn't narrow it down then, because Diablos could be anywhere. But my companion here has hopefully heard, spoke to him in Moonbright.
Moonbright, Moonbright, Moonbright. I don't know where that is.
You might know it better as the Shatter Plateau.
The Shatter Plateau. Yeah. No. That's where we put. Uh, we put something.
There were altars there that triggered the replacement stuff. I was there.
Altars. No, I think you're right. God, there was something so important.
Was it there?
Well, there was. Yes, yeah, no, there was maybe the most
Where you...
important thing, but I can't. It's like it's all gone. Like a big, deep hole. Like a really deep hole. Mm.
How much do you see when bonded to a summoner?
Uh, essentially, whatever I want to or need to see. We are quite divine, as you know.
I'm becoming more aware of that by the day. What if I take you there?
Take me there. Take
To
me
the-
where?
To the deep hole under Moonbright.
Deep hole. What hole?
The one you just mentioned.
Mentioned the hole.
The vast expanse underneath the island.
Yes. Hmm. I feel like part of me is still there. I know. God, it's like pudding. Mm.
Must confess, I don't know how these bonds work fully. But
Ah. You 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 want to make a pact with me?
I think it's it's not as big and as formal as the other types of pacts. I'm a very unusual type of summoner.
Hmm. Ah. Unusual type.
I use my body as a conduit rather than summoning a separate
Yes.
beast.
Yes. Hmm. Okay. Well. If you can, then here, try to take my form.
Can I try?
Well, question number one, do you have any like open slots here for your current level of Invoker?
Next level, I do.
Okay. Go ahead and try to and make a just make a check with your casting mod.
Alright, here we go. This is where the bad roll comes in. Yeah, knew it. Too many good rolls.
As you sit there and you focus, and like you trace your hand over the symbol on the ground, and like you look at the deal that's written there that gave Hitomi the power that she has now, and you focus and you focus. For a minute, you can feel your arms become stronger, become almost horse-like. You can feel your horns start to spark with energy, and then Chef, can I get a reflex save from you?
Oh no.
Sorry. Not something I control here. Too many good rolls on knowledge. Although I was definitely carried by my mods there.
Okay, you deftly tap X and step out of the way as a bolt of lightning jolts down into the seat of the chair. And Koke, shocked by this, you're distracted for a second, and poof, form's gone.
I mean, I could. I'm pretty sure I could just like walk outside, punch some few wolves, and I'll be alright, but
Upside down Chef is very upset.
sorry.
One, it's the only way I can face you, and two, The whole time she's been on the phone, can I just take a 20 on perception while sitting in the chair?
Okay, yeah. Really
Comes to
delicately,
a 28. If that matters.
kind of glancing around. Just holding on to Garland's. Is it still a Heartseeker Greatsword?
Yes.
Yeah, holding on to Garland's little Heartseeker Greatsword, just in his armor, glancing around. For a moment, something catches your eye. Over near the doorway, close to this tile. You understand now why you thought that you saw a mirror, but the legs are different.
I am being haunted.
It's like you, but it's Garland. It's a carbon copy of yourself just over there. And then as soon as you see him, he kind of like looks at you, looks down like 15 degrees and just starts shaking his head a little, and then is just gone. Like, not as in like he poof disappears or turns into mist, like you just stop perceiving him.
Huh.
And then
Oh,
this
good.
is then like as you reflect on this, a bolt of lightning comes and you jump out of the way. As you hear Koke just groaning and becoming more horse-like in the middle distance. But yeah.
This is going to take a bit more time. I'm still very new to all of this summoning stuff.
I just saw Garland.
Well, he was downstairs.
No. Tap wall. Right
Yeah.
here.
I look at the wall.
It appears to be a
Excuse me
wall.
while I put a god on hold a second here, Chef. It's a wall. It's very stony.
Never mind. He's giving you the dismissive hand wave. Just looking off in the middle distance out of the room.
Well, I can't keep you here all day. But I may just be a mortal. But I'll do my best to stop whatever's hunting you or affecting you in this way.
There's no reply.
Yeah, I figured. All right. Let's get out of here.
It's funny. We ultimately succeeded in what he wanted to do.
Not in the way that he wanted it.
Nod. Shrug. Just starts leaving.
Doesn't explain the undergrounder. Then we leave.
You fucking what?
What?
Underground. Oh, that no. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. The courtesy of Dreadnought.
I thought
Mhm.
my brain auto corrected that to joking we were talking about the other day, like you'd seen the ghost of the Andagranda.
Okay, hang on, wait. Chef.
Oh no.
Make a perception check.
Oh no, are you going to take the 1d6
Okay.
back
You
damage?
with beating the perception DC 10, you see a flock of vampire bats nested on the roof down this corridor as you walk by, and you get the impression that if you were to walk that way, you would take 1d6 surprise bat damage as per the bat trap in the module.
Can I fire Dark Passenger and kill them all and get some XP? We promise no XP. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, strictly speaking, they're not exactly creatures as much as they are a platform for the system to have a trap. But you could attempt to attack them as though disarming a trap.
Nah.
You guys just walking out?
I kind of
I don't
stopped
think there's anything else for us.
at the entrance and just... Out of everyone, I've known you the longest. Although, I think it's only fair to say that I'm only starting to get to know you. We've been
And
through
then
a
I
lot.
kiss.
Nod.
This is where we first met Beast, and I point behind us.
Boing.
The chocobo tried to kick me. Do you remember that?
There's a bit of a light chuckle and a nod.
And now... she's a friend.
Funny how it all works out.
A group of nobody adventurers from all corners of the world walk into a hunt office. And somehow they bring peace to the Four Kingdoms.
That punchline doesn't make any sense.
Guess in a way we do have Garland to thank for getting us wrapped up in this mess.
I mean,
And for the armor. It's helped a lot.
the sword was useful for a while too.
As I've, got basically just got both great swords out, like
Mhm.
weighing them like
Dual wielding great two-handed great swords.
saying
could
of
do-
Dark Souls.
I could do that with axes, because I can wield axes one-handed without penalty.
Although I actually can just Dark Souls switch between them. Quick draw. Just
Mm-hmm.
within 6 seconds I change between them infinite number of times.
Break the sound barrier. Peasant railgun. Fucking stupid.
Well, if it has to cross all of them in 6 seconds, it has to have a certain velocity and
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you say we head home?
look back, nod, turn on heel.
And we're leaving.
Oh.
Oh god, there's nothing here!
As you step out and you see the
We're in
checker
the Animus.
the telltale checkerboard of Photoshop invisibility layer.
Holy shit!
I fucking drag the token all the way back over to the world map. need Seven's main theme in here to replace creepy music.
I do have to speak with Kaya once we return to Lullen.
What about?
Would you believe it? Would you believe? Oh, no, I made a. Tell no one that happened.
Shrug. She would be the one to talk about wood with. Maybe Yoda.
I need the wood alive still.
Continues shrugging.
Be careful, your arms might fall off.
Shrugs.
And we go back to Lillian.
Mm-hmm.
If Echo can do exorcisms.
So yeah, you guys work your way back to Lullen. You encounter nothing along the way, for that which you would encounter is too scared of you.
Yeah, with our intimidate scores, we can just
Passively aura intimidate. Hang on,
Oh,
let me
yeah, I
just,
mean,
we just put
you
up
don't even-
Bahamut aura.
yeah, and watch as the woodland creatures just leave
Oh,
a trail of defecation. Like the Castle Crashers deer come to mind.
Oh no, that's the mental image. Be gone.
Yeah. After 20 minutes traveling there, about 30 minutes there, 20 minutes traveling back, y'all have had a nice and eventful hour.
I've got a Kai to talk to. I've got a route to plan. I am not landing in Moonbright proper because scholars will have sticky fingers for our beautiful piece of tech we've got.
I'd like to see them try, but I'd also like to not be arrested.
Yeah, that'd be the most important thing. We can't really go to a celebration when we're breaking out of jail.
I mean, that's the best time to celebrate.
Well, yeah, it's the best time to celebrate, but I don't think they're going to be too happy to see us when we get there after what we can do to anything, pretty much.
There's a brief moment of nostalgia, then a nod.
Which Kudara were you thinking of?
My first.
It's always the most special.
What's O'Hara's
I
first
used a
coup de grace?
stool.
No. Oh, yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah, no, because yeah. Fucking your backstory, I forgot.
I'll have to tell you about that another time. You've been so busy you haven't even come around language.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you're the only person with a crafting feat. And you're also very busy because you think too much and you've always got something to do.
Give it 2,500 XP and I might be able to help.
I'd say you'd never know what sleep is again, but you're already part of the 2-hour club.
And I'm fine with that.
It's surprising how much you can get done with an extra 6 hours of a day.
Nod.
I was thinking... of swinging south side of the steppe, landing not quite up where Moonbright proper is. We can send Ben and everyone back to Lullen in the airship. Chocobo the rest of the way. Maybe hit up that... What's it called? The place with the third pillar.
The garden.
Yeah, that thing. I have notes in my journal from what we got from the two that we've seen. The one in Moonbright, the one in the temple, above the part of the temple, whatever. I'm hoping third time's a charm. We can actually find out what the hell they're for.
Nod. Was Ixion helpful at all?
No, not really. I understand what you meant when you said that they're not quite all there anymore. They apparently had a plan for this. They knew it was coming. Or it could happen. And something important related to it was left on the Shatter Plateau. Which I'm fairly confident is Moonbright, the island. Makes sense, that's where the replacement altars are. And that just infinite darkness underneath. And I can fly without a time limit now. Which is one of the main reasons I didn't just fly into the abyss. But if it wasn't for this whole having to go and see this train Aetherline thing, do you guys want to just go without me? I mean, I'm not really that psyched on getting on this train.
It's obviously a trap.
It's obviously a trap. From what faction? I don't know. But no one is as happy as this Alexander Thadwell is to meet us. We're not a good group to come across.
We are if you have an Anaconda problem.
Yeah, that might be a part of it. I don't know. I'm genuinely worried that they're going to remember the ship. Or somehow connect us to Dreadnought. And this is going to be a thanks for the help dealing with the Undergrander, you bastards. Stab. You know?
You wouldn't want to miss out on the fun, no?
No, but being in tight quarters on a very fast equipment that I have no control over, and the potential for explosions and, you know, other things that might end my life prematurely, not exactly thrilled for. Especially not if we're bringing Beast along. If.
We do have that raise material. I can use.
That is very true. That's only 3 times a day. And it's minutes. The window is so incredibly small. Not to
How long
dissuade
does
you.
the cast take?
A minute.
Mm,
It's an ordeal. And if we're as important as I like to think we are, that thing that happened to Vase might happen to us when we're being brought back. And if there isn't enough of us to do that, we've got no hope.
I don't think there's a force on this planet that could hit Eleanor. At the very least, she'll be fine.
I could probably do it.
There's a glare from beneath the helmet. Regardless, I'd like you there. Someone I know who won't give in to any bullshit sentiments of mercy.
You know me so well. They attack us, their lives are forfeit, end of story, right?
Nod.
Unless we can get you something useful out of them, in which case, you gotta petrify. But, yeah.
What's the stupid fucking other assassin's name? The one I keep calling Hedwig?
Hagwin. Hagwin Kefir.
Hagwin. I guess it's a good thing I left all of Hagwin's limbs intact.
Well, I mean, if you weren't gonna do it, someone else was. That's why we now have him under protective custody. I mean, him and David haven't killed each other yet, but I don't know if that's because Echo is just sitting on them constantly, or they're actually starting to get along. I've been too busy to really take much notice.
To be fair, the only reason Hagwin wanted dead was money, which he's not going to get, so he has no reason to kill him.
That is such a... Money is certainly useful. You can craft amazing things with it. Wondrous, even. But... the longer I spend out here, the more I just sometimes feel completely out of place.
It's a means to an end. Airship fuel doesn't buy itself.
That's true. Money is indeed incredibly useful. But, to just murder for it. I'm getting soft. It's been half a year and I'm already breaking with the softness. She shrugs.
The rabbit's innocence is getting to you.
It's more than that, but it's also that it's really complicated. I'm stuck
Should I be cheesy as fuck?
I don't know, mouse.
Love usually is.
Love makes you do stupid things. A personal mantra of mine. And now look at where I am. Stuck halfway between, no, I want to protect you, and yes, I want you to have freedom. And it's like, what do I do with these two very big conflicting things? Because I'm not wanting to take her out of a gilded cage to put her in a rusted iron cage with a hungry lion in it. You know? Maybe you don't.
Nod.
You do. Good. Are we almost
If she
there?
wants to be with the, if she wants to be with the lion, then so be it.
And in fact, in almost real time, yes, you guys are almost there. Out on the horizon, you see Lullen, the farming fields. It looks fine. Hasn't burned down since you saw it last.
That's a
thing,
surprise.
though.
Main characters left for 20 minutes and the village didn't get burned down.
That hero's
No,
still there. Farm's
starter
about.
people.
Tutorial people, no.
You, guy, no. Anyway, the thing is, Chef, I'm not the lion.
Metaphor was lost on me then.
Perhaps. Into Lolland, just go.
And you arrive in Lullen. It's full of rabbits. And some humans. And even a coup running a fucking inn.
That no one ever wants to go to again because of a really bad dream.
And once again, the Lullen map.
Nice to be home.
Just a shrug. Off to the ship.
I'm gonna go and find Kaya if I can.
Alright. Asking around the castle, you're directed to the back, where you find a small garden tucked away between the castle and the castle wall. And she seems to have secreted away around a corner.
It's hiding in a pocket of garden.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody's been busy.
Not exactly. This kind of just happens.
Still pretty amazing.
Well, I miss having a grove. This city living isn't exactly my cup of tea.
No, it wouldn't be. Remembering. Come on, Koke, don't fuck this one up. How, like, after being in the cage, just nature stuff. That succeeds, thank God. I turn into a chocobo.
Oh. Well, now. Been hungry, have you? She leans over and just pet, pet, pet.
Actually, no. I've learned to observe and not just consume.
She thinks about that for a couple of seconds. Well, that's much kinder of you.
Character growth.
Mm-hmm. Everything's gotta grow eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Pets her little garden.
Speaking of growing, I actually
Mhm.
wanted to talk to you about something.
Alright.
I've been wanting to make a bow.
A bow.
For,
Out of wood,
for-
I'm assuming.
Yes. But
You could just chop down a tree. You don't need to add insult and ask me to make one for you first. I'm sorry, what did you want it made out of? Is it a rare tree? Do you need a fresh mahogany sprouted up before you?
Well, if you're so curious, I want to make it out of Greenwood.
Oh. Oh. You wanna give her a living bow?
When we were in space,
Hmm.
because that happened,
Space?
yeah, on an
Okay.
asteroid in low orbit. It was an adventure. She was very uncomfortable being Vera. And I suppose the 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 oh, what are they called? Poet. The poet in me kind of want to make sure she always has something.
Ah, the romantic in you.
Yes, if we're going to use that word, then sure.
Mhm. I'm not the one buying my girlfriend a fancy bow made of magic tree.
I'm going to be making it.
Oh, well, more power to you. You want me to either harvest or teach you the secrets of how to harvest greenwood.
Either being taught or your help. Either would be appreciated.
Hmm. All right. I'll start growing one.
Thank you.
And you see, like, behind her, like, as she's saying that, there's just a corner of the garden, just piece of wood, just twisting up out of the ground.
I just love the idea of this dryad having this conversation with fucking Chocobo.
Hmm.
It's having Chocobo just talking.
Oh, you want a living bow? Quack.
No, not.
After a few moments, there's another tree in the garden behind her. All right, I finished growing it.
That was. You astound me.
Well, a nymph is not a small thing. Neither is a homeless one. How quickly do you need the wood? Also, what shape do you have any?
I transform back and I pull out my journal. All of the drawings.
Oh, an illustration. Okay. Yeah. All right then. You're kind of like. She reaches out and kind of like touches, trying to turn the page, and like pulls her hand back, kind of like rubs her fingers together. Okay. Yes, I could get you what you need. Just come back to me by the end of the day today, and it'll be mostly there.
What would you like in return?
Honestly, I want land. Land that will get turned into more farmland.
All right. I'll do what I can.
I've been there at every talk as they've negotiated resources and food and supplies, always worrying about not having enough of this or enough of that, never placing a single value in a single acre of woods.
I will flip to another part of my journal where I've been working out. I actually been doing this on. Fuck, I have it in my notes somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? On what sort of crops and things can actually be grown in forests that are in forest farming. So it's a thing.
Well, that would be something that she would be very passionate about.
I've actually been thinking about that because the problem here is the difference between wanting land for forests and wanting land for farm. Well, it's possible for that to happen in the same place.
What do you mean?
Well, the whole point is that you can control what parts of the soil get what with different trees, as well as controlling light levels, so that things that require different levels of light and nutrients can. Nature is a coexistence. You should know that better than I do.
I used to believe that. Well, leave me some of your notes then, and find me some space to start a new grove, and I'll see if I can start making some of this forest farming happen.
I just tear those pages out of my journal and hand them to her.
She kind of like takes them and like holds them with a like. I don't know what the proper way to describe it. Like someone that's just been handed a ball of glue. It's just like, ugh. Like, she kind of sets them on the ground and like lays them all out. Thank you.
And if this land problem does persist, well, you'll always have a home on the steppe.
Yeah. Of course, but if I was having an issue with the lack of trees here, your mountains are not a kind place. They're so cold.
I never really felt it, you know?
I guess you wouldn't. Well, if that's all you need, I have a living bow to see to. And she kind of gracefully takes a few steps over and runs her hand down the tree.
What sort of knowledge check would it be?
4-1.
To mimic her form.
Oh. Stand by. Da-da-da-da-da. I know I've seen this before. Okay, yeah, they still don't have that in here, though. That's a shame.
You'd be under the base plumage.
Yeah, no, I was looking. Okay, well, I also will check that.
Mhm.
Um, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. She is considered a well, if it has categorizations for it, Fae.
That's nature.
Then yeah, make a knowledge nature.
This is my good one.
as you really kind of like look her up and look her down, and really reflect on, God, she is literally divinely beautiful to the point where she could be blindingly beautiful if she wanted to.
The DC is 10 plus this hit die. Hang on, let me just double check this so I don't fuck it up.
Hit die.
Yeah.
10 plus
DC
hit die?
10. Yes.
You clear it.
Oh god, I clear it. MP? Into.
You wait, what?
I have to spend MP to turn.
Okay.
So I'm it's like I can try.
Well, so yeah, no, if that succeeds, then it fucking succeeds. Like, is the MP cost dependent on hit die?
Size, which if she's
Medium.
a medium, that's 2 MP.
Oh, that's OP as fuck. Okay, yeah. You are now a nymph.
Huh. Okay.
And as she
That's
runs her hand along the tree and turns around. Oh.
sorry.
Oh. She takes a couple of steps over to you and kind of like rests one hand on the side of your shoulder. No, don't be.
Okay, I'm not then. Curiosity can sometimes get the better of me.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do? God, what can I do?
Well, as a standard action, you can stun a creature, forcing them to make a fortitude save, or be stunned. As a where is it? Where is it? As a free action, swift action. Let me check that. As a free action. As a free action, you can become blindingly beautiful to all humanoids within 30 feet of you. Again, DC 21 fortitude save.
Let's
Or-
not do that.
Or be blinded permanently.
Oh god. Huh. I don't think I'm quite as in tune with nature as you are. Though, even borrowing a form.
You can learn. At this point, like, she's kind of like running hands sort of all over you. Just kind of tracing the edges of your form.
Are you quite alright?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
It perhaps
I'm not
it perhaps
complaining.
is a little bit uncomfortable.
No, I'm not complaining. I should though, shouldn't I? Do I? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Am I taller, or am I just a short?
You are taller. You're not as tall as Kaya, but you're taller now.
This is what the world looks like from.
From like another foot up.
Oh, I'm 5'6". Amazing.
Yeah,
I'm
no, you're
taller
like
than
5'6".
real me. I'm taller than real me.
Still shorter than fucking real me, or most people.
I mean, I can say like this indefinitely now.
You wouldn't happen to be able to spare a couple hours here? Just
I literally have nothing else.
eye flutter at you.
I literally have nothing else to do today.
Okay.
Just sit myself in the
Make a
grass.
performance roll.
Well, I mean, therein lies the question. After some small amount of time here, she does make formal advances on you. And of course, leaving that off screen for intentional reasons, but do you follow in those advances? Or do you rebuff her? And Koke goes silent.
Okay, conflicted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm fine with this, but she might not be. That's important, but also, okay.
In the
You,
meantime, what's Jeff up to?
Moping.
Nothing?
Brooding.
Brooding.
Moping.
Ah,
Nothing. Moping.
okay. But
You
yeah.
are obviously
Moping,
aware.
training, doing nothing. Just
Mm-hmm. I'm obviously what?
Aware that I am with the princess, right?
Oh, of course.
Then what are you wanting out of this?
What do all things want out of this?
I just don't know. I just don't know why.
She kind of cocks her head. Why what?
I'm aware that normally this committed thing is important to people. Not so much to me, but probably to her.
Mm-hmm. I'd imagine so.
So why?
Why what?
Why do you pursue? Knowing
Look
this.
at you.
Wait, is there like a charm aura on this thing as well? Like, is that built in? Or is it just
Technically no.
okay? Is that it?
Is what it?
Because of the form I can take?
Well, yeah.
I accept her advances then.
Okay. And Koke fucking adds another notch to the fucking totem pole. Wow, okay. Um, and on that token, do you guys want to call it here for the side session?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
are hitting
sure.
the hour and a half mark.
At least I'm in a dryad form.
Yeah.
Oh god.
If only we had fans to make fan art, because that is literally just porn. Literally. Like, so we'll leave it here. Koke and the Dryad out behind the castle. Chef brooding. You guys having investigated the Chaos Shrine and prepping for tomorrow when we have our regular session run. Until then, it's been Final Fantasy Pathfinder, the Arya campaign. We'll see everybody next time.
see ya.